The Great Wali, the Boy of the Trenches, told by Wise Wali. Salam, my dear friends, it's me, Wise Wali. Today, I have a story for you about a young, brave little boy who stood for truth against a mighty king. He didn't have weapons or an army, just strong Iman in Allah. Would you like to hear how he changed an entire kingdom? Let's begin. A long time ago, there was a king who thought he was God. He forced his people to worship him instead of Allah. This king had an old magician who helped him keep control over the people. But the magician was growing weak and old, so he told the king, "Find me a smart young boy so I can teach him magic and he can take my place." The king agreed and searched for the cleverest boy in the land. He found a young, intelligent boy and sent him to learn magic. But do you think magic is good or bad? On his way to the magician every day, the boy passed by a pious man who worshipped only Allah. The boy was curious and sat to listen. The pious man spoke about Tawheed, that Allah is one and the only true king. The boy loved what he heard, but he was confused. Who was telling the truth? The magician or the pious man? The pious man told him, "If you want to know the truth, ask Allah to guide you." What would you do if you were the boy? One day, a huge beast blocked the road, stopping people from passing. The boy thought, "This is my chance. I will ask Allah to help me and see if the pious man is right." He picked up a small stone and made dua, "O Allah, if the pious man's way is true, let this stone defeat the beast." He threw the stone and bam! The beast fell dead. The people cheered, but the boy rushed to the pious man and told him what happened. The pious man smiled and said, "My son, today you are better than me, but be careful. The king will not like this truth." Do you think the king will accept the truth? The boy's faith and Iman grew stronger. He started making dua for the sick, and by Allah's permission, he cured the blind and the ill. The news spread far and wide until it reached the king's own advisor, a powerful man who was blind. He came to the boy and said, "Heal me, and I will give you gold and gifts." The boy replied, "I do not heal anyone. It is Allah who heals. Believe in Allah and He will cure you." The man believed in Allah and his eyesight was restored. What do you think happened next? When the king heard about this, he was angry and furious. He called the boy and demanded, "Who taught you this power?" The boy boldly replied, "Allah is my Lord, and yours too." The king became angrier. He ordered his soldiers to kill the pious man and the advisor. Then he said, "Take this boy and kill him. Throw him off a mountain." Will the boy survive? The soldiers dragged the boy up a high mountain. But as they reached the top, the boy made dua, "O Allah, save me in any way you wish." Suddenly, the earth shook and the soldiers fell off the mountain. But the boy was safe. He walked back to the king and said, "Allah saved me." The king was shocked. So he ordered, "Take him into the middle of the ocean and drown him." What do you think happened next? The soldiers took the boy in a boat far into the sea. But once again, the boy made dua, "O Allah, save me in any way you wish." Suddenly, a huge wave flipped the boat over. The soldiers drowned, but the boy survived. He returned to the king and said, "Allah saved me again." Now the king was terrified. He asked, "How can I kill you?" The boy replied, "Gather all the people, tie me to a tree, take an arrow and say, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of this boy,' then shoot me. Only then can you kill me." The king wanted to prove his power, so he did exactly what the boy said. He took an arrow and said, "In the name of Allah, the Lord of this boy," and shot it. The arrow struck the boy. He smiled as he passed away. Do you know why he smiled? The boy had given his life, but he had won. The people finally realized the truth. If the boy's Lord could protect him so many times, then he must be the true God, they said. Thousands of people believed in Allah. The king panicked and ordered a huge trench of fire to be dug. He said, "Throw anyone who believes in Allah into the fire." One by one, the believers were thrown in. Even mothers with babies hesitated. But Allah gave a miracle. A baby spoke from the cradle and said, "Oh mother, jump, for the fire is not punishment, but Jannah." Would you be brave like them? Allah says, "For the people who remain steadfast, gardens beneath which rivers flow, that is the great success." Oh my dear Wali, here are 3 lessons we learn from the boy of the trenches. Number 1, we must trust in Allah. No matter how scary things get, Allah is always in control. Number 2, truth always wins. Even if the world is against you, truth will always shine through. Number 3, we must give sacrifice for Iman, for Islam. The boy gave his life, but he saved a whole nation. May Allah make us as brave, strong, and faithful as the pious boy of the trenches. Ameen.